Aloha, guys. All right, so confession time. I am a gear snob. I like nice stuff. I like ukuleles, I like guitars, and I like stuff that I probably can't afford. Very expensive stuff that pisses my wife off, quite frankly. But that's just the way I am. I like nice stuff. And I've always kind of held. I know what a good uke is. When I play, like, there are tons of kala ukuleles that I've picked up and thought, wow, this is really cool. But in all honesty, I'm kind of like a snob, and I probably wouldn't own it for too long. If I bought one, I'd play a little while and I'd like give it away or something, or I'd, donate it to a kid or something like that. That's kind of like what I would do with an instrument that wasn't like top quality. And I've always kind of been that kind of guy, I guess. Like my instruments exceed my abilities, but I guess I've been kind of biased against Chinese made, Indonesian made, and otherwise imported instruments. I really liked the and still do. I really like the pono instruments from Ko'olau. They make fantastic import stuff, but in the back of my mind, it was always like, well, this is still an import. So when the prospect pops into your head of playing an instrument from a country like Indonesia or Korea or China, and that instrument is like upwards of $3,000, it kind of makes you be like, what? I don't know, right? And that's the way I always kind of felt. And my buddy Corey and my buddy Kale, they represent aNueNue USA. And aNueNue is a company that's been around for a while that I'd heard about. I'd even played a few of their ukes, and I've gone down to Corey's place and I've played the ukuleles there at Kale and Corey's little spot where they have their studio and stuff. And we've done podcasts there. We've played the instruments there. I've always been impressed with them. But the prospect in the back of my mind has always been like, $3,000, I want something American made or something Hawaiian made at least, and it's always kind of been the bias that I've had until recently. I admit that like I've been wrong a whole bunch in my life, and I'm wrong here again. They sent me this guy, right? Check out this case. It's pretty cool case. Got the little logo on it. Like it. And this is the UTK 5 or UT5K from aNueNue. And look at that koa. It is incredible. I mean, this, I would call that master grade, man. That's pretty incredible, right? You've got maple binding, curly maple. That rosette is sick. You got a slotted headstock. You've got these tuners on here. They look like the Goto tuners, but it says SX510, so I don't know who makes those or what, but they work really good. The inlay in the top is pretty killer, right? Into the headstock. And the body binding is like immaculate. I can't even describe like the workmanship on this. It's pretty insane that this would be an import ukulele. And for me, I was kind of like, but would I pay $3,000 for it? That was the cross my. It's called a 5K because if it were Hawaiian made like this, you'd be looking at above $5,000, right? But it's an instrument that I look at and I think, damn, that is as beautiful as I would think of a $3,000 instrument to be. And from looking at it, inspecting it and stuff, I feel that way. Like, this is a high quality instrument. And I'm like, well, how does it sound? Right? So I pick it up And that blew me away. To hear the sound of it, I was like, man, that is a really, really insanely good sounding instrument. And I did a lesson with it this morning with one of my guys on Skype. And he was like, man, I can't believe that thing sounds so good. And that's when it really hit me, like, this is really something special. Again, my bias steps in. It's like, well, it's made in China, you know? But it's actually, I come to find out that you can't really classify this as like a Chinese instrument because it's not made like factory-wise. This is made by luthiers. Like it's a luthier instrument, luthier-built instrument, which you would expect at that price point, but built in China by a Chinese luthier, who I guess for centuries China's been creating unbelievable craftsmanship kind of stuff with individual craftsmen, but those guys just don't make a whole lot of money or whatever. But I'm blown away at how beautiful the instrument is, how wonderful it sounds, and at the price point, I can honestly say at $3,000, which I've always had that bias and stuff. Yeah, I'd buy it. Hell yeah. Impressed? I stand corrected. Kudos, guys. Aloha.